In this question, we are asked to create a linear function that works with the table that is given. So we are given x values and f of x values. Notice that f of x is the same thing as saying y. So when I'm looking at these points, I really could say that, for example, this is the point 2, 6, and then I also have the point 6, 0. I could also say that I have the point 10, negative 6, 14, negative 12, so on and so forth. But for us, what we're going to do is we're going to just pick two of the points. I'm going to choose these two, and we're going to find the slope that goes between those 2 points. So remember, the slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So in this case, my y2, because I'm using these 2 points, my y2 is 0, my y1 is 6. Now I'm looking at the x's. My second x is 6, and my first x is 2, so I have 6 minus 2. So on the top, 0 minus 6 is negative 6. On the bottom, 6 minus 2 is 4. And I get negative 6 over 4. I can simplify that by dividing both by 2, and that gives me negative 3 halves as my slope. Now, there are a couple of different ways that you can then figure out what the rest of the function is. You can start with slope-intercept form or point-slope form. I am going to show you with slope-intercept form. So f of x equals mx plus b. But I'm going to be able to come in here and replace my m with 3 halves because we just are negative 3 halves because that's what we just solved for. So I replace the m like this. I still need to know what the plus b is. So I'm going to pick one of my points to substitute in and solve for b. So for me, I like the 0.60 because it has a 0 in it, and that makes me happy. So I'm going to plug in 0 for the f of x. Again, same thing as y. And I'm going to plug in 6 for the x. And I'm trying to figure out what b is. So here, negative 3 halves times 6. 6 and 2 cancel to give me a 3. Negative 3 times 3 is 9, negative 9. And then to solve for b, I add 9 to both sides. And I get that b equals 9. So now, again, I'm going to come up here. I'm going to replace the b value in my equation with the 9. So my final answer is going to be f of x equals negative 3 halves x plus 9. And just notice that you can always double check that you've done this correctly by substituting any of the other x values in. So for example, if I plugged in 18 to the x, it should give me negative 18. And so 18 times negative 3 halves is negative 27. And then I do the plus 9, I do get negative 18. Remember, you can use your calculator to double check these as well. You don't have to do everything by hand.